Alright everyone, I'm gonna use my normal voice for this one, and there's a reason why. As you can tell, the free and open internet is under serious threat from governments and major corporations. Basically, records of things are under serious threat from corporations and governments. So in order to get past this, we're going to have to innovate, and luckily we have been innovating for quite some time to get past this bullshit. The government themselves don't want to take accountability, and to add salt to the wound, they force you to take accountability for the things they've done. They make you suffer just so they can avoid accountability. Like with Mark Zuckerberg, when he was caught harvesting people's data, and he was put in a lawsuit back in the late 2010s, I believe. And then all this bullshit really started happening. Governments have been asking you for ID and stuff like that, and before you people say that the government already has our credentials, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you should give them more credentials. Okay? I understand governments have been stealing our data for years. I get that. But now they're putting this into overdrive, okay? When they put this into overdrive, the vulnerability of getting fucked over is extremely high, okay? Don't even chance it with anything. If your government or whatever asks you for your age and stuff like that, okay, don't give them shit. It is extremely dangerous and just puts your livelihood at serious risk. If they start asking you for your age and for your ID, you're better off not using their service. You can call this like the front runner of the digital ID system or the front runner of the mark of the beast. They said before they wanted to burn the chessboard because they just can't win at it. Before social media, the only voices around there are from authoritative news sources, alright? Any alternative source that strays from their dogma, they won't allow that to happen. They don't want normal people to have a voice, alright? It's this hierarchy feudal system, okay? Major platforms are eventually going to start asking you for your age, whether or not they're required to comply or not. Okay, like Discord is forced to comply. This is why I've been making accounts on Matrix and some other sites, and will continue to make more on other sites just to see, well, just to keep in touch with people who are, they want to split us far away from each other. That's what they want to do. Like, for one thing is for sure, I think the last bastion of the free and open internet might just be on the dark web, And the dark web is notorious for a bunch of scary, shady shit, so if you're on the dark web, you gotta be very careful. Just don't fuck around. You gotta know what you're doing when you're on the dark web. I've used Tor, the Onion router, since 2015, so I'm kind of like an OG pioneer of the free and open internet, technically speaking. Apart from that, there is some other like archive projects put on the dark web. I remember like 10 years ago there was this website, Saving Seekins, which were meant to archive very old Disney films that were very unavailable to the public. So if they're going to have complete control over the surface web, or basically the mainstream sites, either you're going to have to go to an alternative, or we might have to burrow in the dark web if the entire surface web is affected by this. But let's start with the decentralized platforms first before going to such lengths, okay? But always have Tor, the Onion router, downloaded on your computer or on your phone just in case. It's very far from government reach, and I know with many people who installed the Onion router, the reason why they install the Onion router has more to do with getting past geo restrictions set by their governments than it is like exploring the dark web, It's always important to innovate and use decentralized platforms in case some shit like this happens. Considering this is the United States we're talking about, alright? The Kids Act has passed the House. In 2 weeks, it's going to have to pass the Senate. Hopefully, it will be rejected. If not, then the last chance to have this rejected comes in the hands of the president. And I don't know what Donald Trump is going to do with this whole thing. First, it has to go through the House, and then the Senate, and then the president. And I want to add one last thing. You know, with crypto, I fucking hate crypto. It's notorious for their scams. But it's always good to expand your portfolio just in case. With like silver and gold and amongst other things. Crypto could be possible if it's a serious last measure or something like that. It's been a good ride, you know, but eventually, in order to fight the system, we must innovate through very different new ways, you know? There's always been innovation, and you know, to keep yourself out of a stranglehold, you know, you just gotta expand your portfolio of social media sites, chat rooms, and even money, amongst many other things. You don't want to be caught in the crossfire.